main reasons for the Console Killer V2. This build is still right around the $300 price tag, but this time we used newer, faster, and more readily available components. The second main reason we are doing a V2 Console Killer is that the next-gen consoles have just been announced. The one that is taking the internet by storm is the Xbox Series S. At $300, it offers 1440p gameplay and 120 FPS, packing 4 teraflops of GPU power. This is almost double the power at the same price of the PS4 and the original Xbox One that only had about 1.8 teraflops. But what if I told you our Console Killer PC build packs a whopping 6.2 teraflops for that same $300 price tag and can run games like Fortnite and Valorant at almost 200 FPS and is capable of 4K. So before you go out and decide upgrading to that shiny new Xbox Series S, hear me out, brother. People are super hyped for the Series S, as for the first time in console history, these consoles are going to support 120 FPS gameplay. The Series S is also going to offer 1440p resolution at 60 FPS over the previous generation's 1080p resolution. This is achieved by packing that 4 teraflop GPU in the Series S. But in the PC gaming scene, 120 FPS and 1440p is nothing new. In today's current market, these numbers can easily be achieved with a sub $100 budget graphics card. For this build, we are going with the AMD RX 580. The 580 is one of the best budget graphics cards on the market. We have used this card in countless budget builds, and there is simply no other card that offers this kind of price to performance. The RX 580 can be bought on eBay for around $100 to $120, and it produces a whopping 6.2 teraflops. Even its little brother, the RX 570, is still a budget powerhouse at only $90 that produces 5.1 teraflops. So with the RX 580 in our build, we are working with 6.2 teraflops of GPU power. The Series S is 4 teraflops. This will result in more frames and higher resolution. Plain and simple. It does lack things like ray tracing. Ray tracing provides much greater lighting and shadows in-game. It is a feature present on the more expensive high-end graphics cards like the RTX 2080, a card that has 11 teraflops of power. But the Series S only having 4 teraflops of power, though, I'm assuming the ray tracing on the Series S is going to be very minimal, and it is more of a marketing ploy. The Series S uses the Zen 2 architecture, better known as Ryzen in the PC community. These Ryzen CPUs have taken the PC gaming scene by storm, offering amazing price to performance. Many YouTubers will use these Ryzen processors in their budget PC builds, but a decent Ryzen CPU for a budget build usually starts at $100. As our entire budget is $300, this wasn't a viable option. If you're coming from our last Console Killer video, you'll know that we were able to get amazing results using old Intel server CPUs called Xeon. These Xeon CPUs are the server equivalent to the desktop Intel i7. The difference is Xeon CPUs can be bought at an extremely good value. For today's build, we are using the Xeon E5 1620V2. This CPU is a 4-core, 8-thread chip that has a base clock speed of 3.7 gigahertz and boosts all the way up to 3.9. This is with zero overclock. This CPU can be bought for around only $20, and it produces almost identical results to the i7 3770, which only has a base clock of 3.4 gigahertz. The i7 3770 is currently selling for around $100 to $120. While our CPU is less powerful, it is more than capable of handling every single modern title on the market and the newer ones soon to come. As the focus of this Console Killer build is to provide the most powerful budget gaming experience, we wanted to put the bulk of our budget into the graphics card and try to save on these other components. Another massive benefit and money saver of using these server-grade CPUs over desktop CPUs is that they use server RAM. This RAM is called ECC RAM. ECC RAM can be purchased for more than half the price of normal desktop RAM. I purchased 16 gigabytes of ECC RAM for only $20. $25. That same 16 gigabyte DDR3 desktop RAM goes for about $60. A major component we must consider when building these Xeon-based budget gaming PCs is the motherboard. Unlike your standard motherboard, the OEM Dell and HP workstation motherboards we use for these builds are quite large, at times twice the size. T-Mobile and Sprint have merged, and T-Mobile doesn't just have a bigger network, but a better one than ever before, with scam protection built into its core. Eyes of their desktop counterpart. In the last console killer build, we went with an older Dell workstation motherboard that had a ton of proprietary connectors and was just straight up ugly. It was also missing some key functions like USB 3.0. For this build, we are going with an HP workstation motherboard. This build is much cleaner looking, quite a bit smaller, and this time supports things like USB 3. The only proprietary connection on this board is for the power supply. These HP boards use an 18-pin adapter for power over the industry standard's 24-pin. This is an easy fix though, as power supply adapters can be bought on eBay for around just $8. While this board is smaller than the previous Dell workstation board we used in the past, it still requires an eATX case. eATX cases are on the larger end of PC cases. ETX cases must be used with this build, as standard ATX cases don't provide enough space to house the motherboard properly. While you may be able to fit this HP board in some standard ATX cases, you won't have enough space to insert and route the necessary power cables. Another big upgrade we are seeing in this upcoming console generation is the addition of an SSD over your standard hard drive. And you guessed it, our budget PC build is packing one of those as well. But this is where I hear the big boys praising their pitchforks. These next-gen consoles are going to be using an NVMe SSD, which are quite a bit faster than your standard SSD. While our PC is only using a standard SSD, it still provides massive speed and load time improvements over the last gen's basic hard drives. A major complaint and issue I saw in the comment section on the last console killer build was upgradability. These people are usually comparing our builds to things like Ryzen builds, meaning if I built a budget gaming PC using a Ryzen CPU last year, in a few years, if I wanted to, I could upgrade and change out my CPU to a current Ryzen model, as it is actively being produced and supported. But I'm going to be honest with you, I disagree with these people. After doing countless hours of research on these Xeon processors, the model we use with this build, aka the E5 1620 V2, does indeed have an upgrade path, but you may not be upgrading your CPU to the latest 2020 CPU. This line of Xeon CPUs is called Sandy Bridge. The E5 1620 is only a 4-core 8-thread processor in the Sandy Bridge Xeon line. Sandy Bridge also has 6 to 8-core processors, which can easily be swapped out for the E5 1620 and will work flawlessly with all the parts within our current build. 6 and 8-core processors provide massive improvements to performance if you plan on streaming or video editing. And if you were paying attention, you would have noticed while we were benchmarking and playing all the games in this video, we were only using around 50% of the CPU's performance, while the GPU was usually maxed out at 100%. This means we could upgrade this build with a more powerful graphics card if we so desired down the road, like a 1660 Super or a 2060 Ti. These would provide massive improvements on your overall gameplay, giving you even more frames and more stable 4K resolution. So while we may not be upgrading to the newest products and platforms on the market, this PC does offer an upgrade path. So that's it for today's video. Again, I can't thank you guys enough for all the support on the channel lately. I hope this video has helped you if you're on the fence about buying a next-gen console or finally making the switch over to PC. We are going to continue this console killer series, with the next one being a $350 streaming PC. It is a very similar build to the one you just watched, but we will be using one of those 6-core processors. Wireless is about Andy Braddock, who is on his way to a New Year's party where he hopes to redeem his relationship with his ex-girlfriend. Dayton's coming? Why is Dayton coming?
think you need to make the
So
white
wireless is
a tiny
one
bit
singular
more.
story
The spring
told
has to be at the white
simultaneously
section
from two
down a little
perspectives.
bit.
One from the perspective of the iPhone and also
65%
the cinematic perspective. We wanted to tell a story in
What do
which
you
the
guys think about
phone
that? Now
becomes
you can see
a
through it a little
transformative
bit
for
more.
our
I think I
character
like that. I
and
think
his tormentor.
65% opacity is the way
As
to go.
we spoke about, the PC can game at 144
think it's
FPS
kinda
while
dope.
outputting a 1080p stream to Twitch or YouTube.
Yeah,
It
you guys
is
like
a
the 65%?
beast. Then
And then
we
it's
are
a little
doing
bit more
a
clear. Now, it looks
$500
like
console
it looks
killer
like
that is
frosted
on
glass.
par with
That's
the
what I wanted to go
PS5
for
and the
with it.
Series X, with ray tracing and an
I think I
NVMe
want
drive.
to
If you are
see-
interested in seeing
I want
those,
to do it
make
in
sure to subscribe so you
I wanna
don't
make
miss
the
out.
text.
And again, if I was able to help you in any way or
Subtrain.
just straight up
Maybe I
open
can
your
guess that.
eyes a little bit to the
Subtrain
true
time and
potential
can't
of
adjust
budget
the
gaming PCs,
size
slap a like on the video.
of the
It helps me out more than you know.
Because I wish when a subtrain happened, you could. I wish when a subtrain happened, you could see the numbers that go right here were a little bit smaller. But all in all, it's pretty dope.
For graphics, we've gone
What's
with
the puzzle piece?
the
The logo?
RTX
It's kind of the thing that I've started putting on all my stuff. It's not like it's my logo. Like I don't really like blast it everywhere as my logo, but it kind of is my logo. Like you can see it's on the back of my chair.
The giant KO
It's-
right there. Silly me.
it's in my
I was
PC.
looking at the product
It's-
number. How funny, what a silly thing to do.
Yeah.
And then I was
It's
also
what I'm putting
looking
on
at
everything.
yes, the part number.
I wanted
No,
something
there were
that I
notifications there.
felt I
Just-
didn't wasn't.
just this
I
KO
paid
right here.
someone
So this is
because
the KO,
logos are
which
so
is
frustrating. I
actually
paid
based
someone
on the same physical GPU
$1,200
as
to make a
the
logo that I never used. This is
recall
like a year ago.
correctly.
They said I had a
So what
logo
that
sitting
means
around
is
for
that
a
even
year.
though the
I was
clock
trying to figure out what to do with it. I wasn't crazy about it. It seemed a little bit,
60, it will perform very
you know?
similarly in games, but actually
And,
a little bit better in professional
so-
applications that can make use of its
I just
extra,
never used it,
its
and it
extra
was right before my notes
yeah.
line
Hey,
came out. I was like, I
we've
just
got
want
the
something. I
cool
just want like an
Metrex
abstract symbol
55 and 53. So without
that
further
can kind of
ado,
be like my insignia. It's not like my logo. I
Let's
just put it
build the
everywhere
computer.
as my
Yeah.
insignia. It just is a little
Okay,
like, oh,
guys,
this is
I'm
the
building
Harris
the
thing.
computer.
And the
You
edge,
guys
I
are,
really like
you guys
the
are gonna
elongated
just talk
edge.
about nothing but the
You know?
facial hair. I'm gonna have to get rid of it. That's the way it's gonna have to be. It's becoming a
Can we see
distraction.
the logo?
Fast. All right.
I'll show you guys.
I
Shit,
am
fucking find
trying
it.
to
Let me
make
go
a
find
video
it.
here,
Let me look.
and literally
see if I can
90%
find
of
this
the
logo. It
comments
might be in the
are
Dropbox.
about the beard. So the story behind the beard is that I was stuck at home for a couple of days, and I sort of realized
just be on
that
my
while I
PC.
was at least bothering to get dressed in the
Let me
morning,
see if I have it.
I was not really finding the time to go through my full morning routine. I always brush my teeth. I can't stand like tooth funk, and bad breath is a personal trigger of mine. Like there's just no excuse for it. It's not that much work to have breath efficiency. But I hadn't bothered to shave for a couple of days, and I was like, oh, that would be kind of mean-tastic. Why don't I just not shave the entire time that I'm in self-isolation? And then I had only intended to be isolated for like a couple of days because I was going to go back to work after having been symptom-free for 24
I
hours.
didn't know what to do
And I
with
had
that.
plans to be symptom-free for 24 hours, basically immediately.
You got the
Well,
two
it didn't work out
H's,
that way,
got the
and
kind of
I
color
ended up
scheme you're
actually
going
being sick,
for.
so now I just actually have to be.
No, so he did more than this. He made
So
like
let's
a
go ahead and
whole outline, but like
board
this
is
guy's a
kind of
professional
a
designer. He's done
we
some
do because we
serious
would normally
stuff.
ship with
He's
back
worked for
plates
major
later on,
orgs.
but,
Like, you pay
yeah, we
someone
probably used it for a
that, you
previous
pay a
project
designer,
or
that is
something
not
like
an
that. A lot of
unheard of
people
amount
ask,
to pay a
hey
designer.
guys, what do you do with all those
If they are a
orders you build?
professional
It's like,
and they are
wow,
like
if only we had the
proven to
technology
do well,
to
like if
take
I'm gonna
it
buy a
for
logo,
computer
I want to do a good job, I want to make sure it's
use
someone I
it
can
for a
trust.
different project
so-
so that we could have,
And I was just kind of like,
hardware
okay, I don't know
still
what to do with
used
this.
for other projects. That's exactly
It's not
When
terrible.
we're done
I wanted
with
something
computer
simple.
build, we take it apart.
I wanted it
And
clean
we
and you
reuse
did
a lot
that.
of the
Oh,
time.
by the way,
Every once in a
Evil
while, the machine will get left.
I missed that. Well, when did he drop 20
his,
gifted stuff?
copper machine together because he kind of needed a workstation
I was
for work
so
anyway.
focused with
So
what I
we
was
made a deal
doing.
where he had to change up the CPU and like take out one of the graphics cards or something. But yeah, he's using that still.
Evil
But
2K
for the most
dropped
part, yeah, we just
20
take them.
gifted stuff.
We just take them
I want to
apart.
see if it shows up. It should show up on
Shelf,
here.
and then when we need to do like
Let's do it.
they
There we go.
On a stream or something, and we can do that. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this board back to
Dude, I'm
its
pumped about
default
this.
state. Where we run into trouble is when we forget.
I think this thing is dope. Does it screw up?
On motherboards?
Does it?
Excuse me, M.2s on motherboards.
No, we still got the train working just fine right here.
Problem for us over the last little bit. All right, so let's do the CPU first. Ryzen 5 3600X. This thing is
enjoy having your name in here as like the official first subject with the new widget.
Off the box to, double check what
I thought you were editing the alerts. No, just the audio. So I'm gonna adjust everything around this. I want to kind of build my stream around. Like this is basically gonna be the new style of the stream. I'm gonna build everything around this simple black and white with red accent. And real simplistic hard edges. And so this whole scene here will be really done. To kind of fix that a little bit. I'll make sure that whatever I do gets thrown into this book. So you guys can use it.
If you're holding the board in a sensible orientation, like with the IO
except for that widget. Can't do that. That's thing. I don't know the rights to it.
You know, you'd think they would think this
I wouldn't do that to him.
You know what we should do? Is we should just make it so that the text is right side up. And we
Use alt drag instead of crop.
the motherboard sitting right side up.
To make sure the effective
There you go, AMD. There's an idea for you. Free of charge.
What are we looking at? New
All
stream
I want
visuals?
is like
Yeah,
20
just
bucks,
a little
okay?
update. That's kind of the first. This is kind of setting the pace.
Right side up when
Setting
people
the
install
pace
it.
for
It'll be
the
super
new
easy
stream.
to instruct people to orient their
Oh, I
CPU
bet
correctly.
if we're on
Now,
this
it used to
scene,
be
someone
that
said,
the CPU
I bet
socket
it
could be
doesn't
oriented
update from the other
like
scene.
any which way on the
We'll have to
motherboard,
see.
and something like that might not be practical.
We'll have to try that
But
stuff out. I
these
might need to
days,
have it
the
on this scene,
guidance
but like
for
off the
key code
scene.
zones and all that stuff
I have to check out
pretty
that.
much dictate that people put the socket on the same way. Now,
Bedhead here.
someone, I guess, theoretically
And
could
Oscar
put
ML?
an engineer board where it was
Look at the host.
originally, and that would break the whole system.
So yeah, no, I feel like I got interrupted a little bit. Essentially, like, the video coming out tomorrow
Oh, wow, look at that! Jake even pre-opened the
is
tabs
going to be on, either tomorrow or Friday, it's going to be on this guy. And it's probably going to be a little bit of a short video, because at the end of the day,
I
didn't get it to work properly.
our resident,
It's just a little bit.
formerly resident slab in for a cameo appearance in the video a little while ago. Every time I install RAM, I think of him. What is it? Roses are red, violets are blue.
Hollywood, thank you for the 5 gifted subs.
Something, memory slots 4 and 2.
It's weird that this only shows 3. Sometimes that doesn't work properly.
The general
But
rule,
usually
though,
updates here is 4.
and the way it's easier for
Yep,
me to
we're on
remember
4.
it, besides
Go to switch to this.
is that you want to have
And
as
this one
much
says
room
9.
for your heatsink as possible. Most systems
The 9 is actually correct.
only half their memory slots.
It's like we
populated.
lost the 5
So
gifted
generally
subs.
speaking, you would find the primary slots farther from the CPU, giving you more room to breathe.
Interesting.
All right, next up we've got our M.2. I am.
This one says 4,
I'm
this
very
one says 9.
curious though, what exactly it is that
That's okay, we got a whole
inspired
redesign
you to get
coming.
into the DIY parts market. Because the funny thing about it is, companies like Dell or HP
Got your hands on a 3090?
or
I'm
Acer,
not yet. I'm working.
they engineer their own versions.
I want to get my hands on a, I mean, as much as I would love to have like the Founders Edition version of the 3090, I'm more concerned with getting the, I'm more concerned getting a reference board version. Because if you guys don't know, the Founders Edition boards aren't reference boards. NVIDIA created a reference board for AIB to pick up and make their own, 2 or 4 make their own version, but then they have their own custom board for Founders Edition. They have that weird like wing shape on it. The reference boards aren't like that. So I want to pick up an AIB, it would be cool to have like the original NVIDIA one, but I won't be able to liquid cool that. I want to get a reference board so I can pull the cooler off and I can custom cool it in my new PC. So we'll see. We'll see if I'm able to do
Like I
that.
didn't want any of that stuff, so I thought, you know, I'll make it
Bobby
into
C. Whisper, we need a tier 2. Welcome back, man.
These actually seem to
The
have
Ruby just passed. What are you gonna name it?
so pretty bog standard.
There's no SLI? SLI has been useless for years. Let's be real. The return on investment for getting 2 RTX cards and SLIing them is just not. It's not really as great as you'd expect.
Well, they have rebranded the
There is SLI for the 3090. Not in the Falcon edition. Is there for the other one? Does the reference board have SLI? Interesting. 3090 has SLI. L3 Discord? What's L3 Discord? Digital media for this.
Alright, let's go ahead and get this drive installed.
Maybe the Falcon didn't have
Real Delta. Why not just use a 2.5-inch SSD? Well, because the pricing of M.2 NVMe
I got the,
SSDs
you got the white frozen on the headphones? Yeah, these are good headphones.
might as
I
well
like them.
just
I had to order them from the
use
UK.
and there are cases
Amazon
where there
website.
can
Amazon
be a
website at
benefit to
UK.
using an M.2.
And wait a little bit extra longer for them to ship it over
Here's
to
installed. I've done already. I don't have to run any
the
cables or
3090 is NVIDIA.
And
Oh, it's
for number
NVIDIA,
two,
the USB-C thing? It's not,
there
it's
are
not SLI. It's
situations
like
where
a
you
USB-C adapter on the front, so you plug them
happen
into each
to
other or
plug
something.
in
Is that what it is?
a Thunderbolt external drive.
I should
We can
look
move
at
this.
this. I
There's
should be looking
Thunderbolt,
this
but I
up.
believe that should be a 10 gig USB Type-C. So if you were to plug in
NVIDIA
like
is SLI. So what was that USB-C port on the front? In some of the
I don't know what they
Chrome?
call it. If you were to plug in a USB 3 10 gigabit
3090.
drive, then a copy
Maybe
of
it's for
it would
NVIDIA
finish faster
only
than
in
an NVIDIA SSD.
3090.
In a way that really affects your life in a meaningful way? Probably not. But if you have
Oh, and that's what the new
you might
brace
as well
looks
take
like.
it, right?
Interesting.
Oh, here
Where
it
is
is.
it?
Silicon Motion makes the controller for
Where
HP's
is it?
SSD.
Where
They've done
is
some decent stuff in the last little bit. I mean, nothing that's going to be competitive with, like, you know, a Samsung Pro Series or anything like that. But certainly a functional, you know, DRAM cached SSD with a
I don't even see where it would go.
what else have we got? That was it for
You gotta remove the top piece?
SSD.
Oh, man.
I always feel like these builds are, you know, going to be over in no time, especially now that you
$3,100 for SLI that games don't even support. Yeah, most games aren't even optimized for SLI.
But then you start to do the bigger things like
Letters
power
all
time,
disappear.
the tedious stuff.
That's interesting.
Alright, let's go ahead and
I
get
bet it's what happens.
The thing about Ryzen is that you can talk all day about needing great cooling
I
for
just
your
kind of have it
computer
off
system
the
because you want
screen
to
somewhere.
overclock or whatever the case may be. The cold hard truth is Ryzen don't really overclock much. AMD has got these things too.
Should just throw in very
To the max,
throw
pretty
behind
much out of the
everything. I need
box.
to
And
shove
as
it
long
off to
as
the
the
side.
motherboard makers are implementing the BIOS correctly,
There we
you're
go.
going to get basically
Now does that fix it?
your Ryzen.
There we go.
You can overclock, but you're getting into pretty exotic cooling solutions if you want to see a significant performance boost. So unless you're after
One
silent
CPU
operating,
yeah, how do you get two? How do you fit two of those things in your PC? Unless you have nothing else plugged into this stupid motherboard.
I'm regretting putting down
Fair,
the
hard,
CPU socket to
founders
this
edition card
stock
free?
configuration now because actually
That's why I want to get a reference board. I really want to get a reference board for the menu, so I can tear it
Guys,
apart
which
and
rate
make it
is
cool
this
in the
up?
system. That's the goal. If I can't find a 3090,
this cooler actually screws
I'll get a reference board 3080. Eventually. I'm not in a huge rush. I have an amazing gaming system, but I would really like to build that PC. So much fun to do it. Have you guys ever done custom hardline tubing build?
metal screws and a back which cost was one of the
Discord server
considerations
boosted to level 3.
on in the past. If you're going to have the back plate and these metal screws anyway, why not just make the standard mounting mechanism screw into that?
We're about to run out of
They
space
did.
for the
So
numbers.
then why bother with any of this? I don't know. Just do away with those plastic things once and for all. That's the way to go.
It is, you gotta ship the 30. This guy's insane. Thank you. Thank you for everything.
Link to the shopping list of this
Custom
build
hardline tubing is so stressful, but so fun. It is. It took me weeks to do the last one, but it was also because I was working on my own, like this one right here. While this was my stream setup, I was also trying to take it apart and custom tool it. And so between streams, I pull it off and do some of the tubing, and I'd never done it before. And I ran into issues, and then I had to like finagle another GPU back in there for a short period of time, and fire it back up, and half the stuff was broken. And that was the most like stressful thing ever.
Everyone's just talking about the beer. Guys, I'm trying to...
I'm gonna cut you off.
No.
I'm not allowed to drop this instructions.
Look, focus on the content.
How many bits is that today? I don't even know.
Stop with the, secondary...
I know it's been a lot of stuff. I don't know how many bits it is. But thank you. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
I love you, please reply. Alright, I have
I'm
replied.
starting another hype channel. Big Fur. Maybe the GOT for 6 months. I haven't stopped in for a while. How are you doing? How's the house coming? Yeah, guys, the house. I just had a meeting with Ryan. You guys know Ryan. He's actually going to be on YouTube video next week. But he is the new hire for Senpai Records. He's our executive producer. And just kind of managing the entire stream beat system and working on new music with me. But I'm building a recording studio in the new house, which is, by the way, it's been nice. These buildings are just terrible. They keep making mistakes, and it sets them back months every single time. They haven't even started building it. All they've done is dug a hole, and we've been under contract with them for like 3 months. They've dug a hole. It took them 2 days to do it. So it's been bad. It's been bad. Hopefully we can get them moving again, get the whole project started again. But the entire basement's going to be a YouTube studio, or a studio for what we do. Huge space for filming, and it has a dedicated room to shoot a B-roll, a dedicated room to edit.
A classic, our old Blackmagic cinema camera.
A dedicated stream room for myself.
But I realized as I was about to go live,
and then having, I cut you off. 55 different
So I had intended to use this as our V cam, but I realized right as we needed to go live, I was getting this set up. I forgot.
Server closet, multiple streamers? Yeah, so we'll have a giant room for like equipment storage in the very back. In the very back, we're going to have a giant server rack. So it'll be really far away. Like, you won't hear it at all. But it'll be accessible. So we'll have a server rack. We want to put like a Minecraft server in there. Maybe some shops. Any of the stuff that we make that we want to release you guys can out. So, a lot of fun stuff. Yeah, digital viewers, looking for another 10 different subs.
Make sure you're
Alright,
Alright, what do we got next here?
How are you doing, man? I found you on Twitter, and I refollowed you, by the way. I got really bad that on like 3 a.m. unfollowed stream. I don't know, like, I didn't meet anybody except for people that are like, oh, this is the person that followed me 7 years ago, but like, no interaction with my content anymore. Somehow I managed to unfollow it, and it was interesting. So I refollowed it. If I recall, you said you hated the hardline cheating on the video, when you cleaned your tube. I haven't cleaned the tube yet. We can work on that. I haven't taken this thing apart and cleaned it yet. So we'll see when I get there.
I am obligated to disclose
I suggest putting a separate public ID if you do that.
an explosive video on this one, but that is not that one.
I mean, I'm sure Lemonade would have brought that up to me. Lemonade is like, he's like a DevOps engineer for a bunch of software companies. He's the guy who runs the software behind the software. Like, he's one of those really smart people. You know, like, how does someone even learn all this stuff? That's Lemonade. So, he's going to be helping me set up all that kind of stuff. I'm sure he'll get that all.
Alright, that's fine. So we're going to do some tidy up.
Curse,
Our static cube away.
Sorry.
Put our extra mounting hardware away. Our anti-static bag
You
away.
created in this video, you psycho.
Alright, motherboard's prepped. Got the IO shield. Let's just go ahead and move on to the case.
Oh, are you talking about when I okay, I didn't clean it out. I drained it. That's not the same thing.
Lower the exposure on the webcam. I think it's set to auto, and the reason for that is
Get that out of here.
I am next to a window in order to get enough light in
I
here.
drained it to put the capture card
The
in.
sun
Yeah.
keeps getting covered or uncovered by the
Which, by the way, I'm gonna put that
so
capture card
I
in.
had to leave
I
it
don't
on
even
auto
know
so
what
that
I'm
it
doing.
would
It just like too many problems. It keeps dropping, depending on the game, it keeps dropping the signal. So I gotta go back. I'm gonna go back to the 4K 60 and give that one another shot. Okay, it's not as much as I no, I still want to do it. It was hell. It is the maintenance of liquid cooling is absolute hell. It's just no longer modular. It's like gluing. It's like building something out of Legos and then gluing it all together. That's what happens when you liquid cool.
I don't actually know
Like,
if this
yeah,
one
you
is
can
brand
throw
new or
like anti-adhesive stuff on there and maybe melt them back apart, but like it's not fun.
warehouse because I would say a
Is it the Outer Media card?
60% of the time,
Yeah.
they've been
I
used
worked with some
before, not all the
troubleshooting stuff
hardware was put back properly.
with them, and they can't figure out why it's having those issues. They saw a no signal themselves in our test. They don't know what's
Like, the
causing it.
hairs on my arms are standing
And
up.
so I really
Close to this
organized
thing.
it. I'm going into an HD60S Plus right here in Twitch.
Oh, I want that. Probably gonna get me.
So I'm gonna pull it out like back in the 4K 60.
Oh wow, this
See,
is
now that I'm playing in 4K, that will solve the problem that
This is
every
why
time.
this stiff
That's
foam
my problem.
sucks so much.
Every single
Because
capture
essentially
card,
once
except
someone
for the
says
HD60S Plus.
or to load up a whole system in the thing, it's a lot more weight.
Are you using an AIO? Yeah, so I'm using PC to do that now. This is the dual PC setup inside of
So
the
another hit, and you start
So
getting
this is
some
the
really bad stuff.
Cantex N2719, and so we got a mini ITX
Anyone will notice
PC down there, and we got a full ATX PC up here.
I
Most people put the gaming PC up here and the streaming PC down there. I disagree with that. I don't think the gaming PC needs anything more than a GPU. And I have 3 capture cards plugged in my gaming PC, so I put the streaming PC up top. So I had all that extra connectivity from the capture cards. And then I have a gaming PC down at the bottom. This is an i9-9900 with a 28 inch gamma. This is a Ryzen 7 for your handle with a 28 inch speaker. And so both GPUs are liquid cooled in the same loop, as well as the i9 is in the same liquid loop, cooling loop. But the top GPU is with an AIO, with the Kraken Z, because then having that screen there, that center piece screen,
RGB wiring. In this case, I have RGB. That would be very
have an animated logo in the center of the GPU, so freaking sick.
On a build like this for $800, so it must just.
What do you think of the Apple Watch? I just ordered a new one, never had one. You know what's worth it? Man, I haven't been asked about my Apple Watch before. You don't get a lot of Apple Watch questions on the Twitch stream. I'll tell you what to expect. By the way, guys, thanks for another hype train standpoint. You guys are nutty. And Video Vegan, we're doing everything. You're cut off, man. You're done. No more. But you know, you're gonna get it, and you're gonna think it's the coolest thing for like an hour, and then you're gonna not know what to do with it. You're like, are there any apps I should download? Anything I should do? My favorite thing about the Apple Watch, it was weird because it's the first passive Apple device. With your phone or an iPad, you spend a ton of time just looking at it, right? You spend so much time looking at your iPad or your phone. Or a Mac person uses it, and you don't know how to use your watch. It's more of a passive device. Whereas my favorite thing about my watch is it keeps my phone in my pocket. Because I get a text before when I got a text, and this works with any watch, by the way. You get a text, and you have to pull out your phone. And then, while your phone's out, you're like, oh, my phone's out. I might as well open up Twitter. And I might as well open up Instagram. And I might as well open up Twitter again. Every single time I got a text. So it's nice that now I can text like this. As someone who works on his phone and spends all that time on his phone,
my camera switcher?
I love something that keeps my phone in my pocket. So that's the biggest value to the iPhone, or to the Apple Watch, or any smartwatch.
We good.
Keep
All right.
safe. Don't think of this as good. It's just how we use this. And the way you use this, by the way, thank you. The way you use this, you hang on to them until you rate it up, and then you drop them and say nothing of this. On some random thing to yourself. That's my favorite thing. But thank you for your $10 a day. If you've got any extra, and you'll be around in like 2.5 hours, feel free to drop them.
I think dust will get caught in them, but I wouldn't describe them as a filter. There's also
The amount of light you achieve in a dark room is incredible. Please. I've got a big old light right here. I've got a big old light right there.
kind of necessary.
I've got beams on the walls behind. I have just added in a lot of light in this room.
Light strip down
But
here, and that's wired in.
but a big reason also is I have a between camera and lenses.
nothing is wired
So
into
it'll
them, but
work really well in low light. Pick up whatever light you
so
want.
that's nice. The I/O is
Have a
all
full frame sensor
right
in a
here.
low
So
light situation.
power, USB 3, USB 2, LED control buttons, headphones, and microphone.
Wanted to ask you, I have a Sony A7 Mark III looking for a nice lens that
So I
can
have
zoom
your
in.
I/O
You
shield
can
installed.
test stuff.
Fun
So you
fact,
can zoom how
one of my
far?
stats
Somebody
is
want 24 to 70.
apparently
That's the general like higher zoom setting. It's 24 to 70. A lot of people will have both a 16 to 35, which is what I've got for my incoming A7S Mark III. I've got the 16 to 35 in the other room. Even for this one, I had a 15 to 35, and then you generally also get a 24 to 70.
I still think there is an amazing business opportunity.
How much
out
do
there
you just build
for
other
someone
sites or
to
other
produce
sites
customized
you
machines?
think
It could
zero
not be that hard. I'm not saying
If you
it
get
would be
popular with all the
easy
lights,
and like I could do it in an afternoon. I'm just saying,
generate
I
like
think
zero
it's got to be
they use
doable
almost no electricity. They
for
last
someone
forever.
to be able
You
to
link
make
me to 16
like
to 35 or give me on Twitter. I don't know specifically, but I can tell you the 16 to 35 is the ST10. I believe it's Sony's own lens. Let me see if I can find a good. You guys want to see some good lenses? Check out the lenses. Sony Ford
laser cut
See if they got one.
a lot of people out there with motherboards.
Yeah, so I've got the Canon version of this one, and that's a pretty standard price for it. The Canon
It
one
was
I
a
had was
decent one that I was trying to, that I was like trying to
what
use.
does it have on it? Does
I
it
would pay, I'd say,
have,
$14.99. I think I'd pay $15 for
the
an
autofocus, does it
like,
not have any stabilization? I mean, I know the camera itself has image
and it's not
stabilization,
really
but does
uses
the,
pre-installed shields too.
I don't know if I see image stabilization built into the lenses. That's just kind of a bummer.
Well, there you go. See, this is
The
what
Canon
happens.
one does.
This is why I do have to try to keep up on these things, rather than, hashtag buy
There we
this.
go.
Just let them do everything for me because.
I like lenses for an M50, depends on what you're going for.
Okay, so let's have a
It's
look
hard to
at
just
how
suggest
everything is.
lenses and people are like, hey, what's a good
Oh
lens?
boy.
It's like, well, what are you
I
doing?
don't test these.
What style are you trying to get? Are you trying to get super wide? Like, this one's a 35 now, right? This is how I get that shallow depth of field, right? A little bit of a narrower angle. This one is a 14 now, like ultra wide. As wide as you can get while maintaining
Man,
rectilinearity.
you guys been
Why don't
watching
work
Star Wars
rectilinearity?
lately? I have
It's
nothing
a
against
16 mil f1.4 good.
goals, no dogs.
Very good. Very good.
But man,
Middle ground. If anyone doesn't know anything about lenses and they just want one for their
like,
screen
I watched
camera,
the text on it,
I would
just
absolutely recommend. My first recommendation is the Sigma.
NVIDIA's down 4.52% today. AMD down 4.27%. It'll go up.
What does that
10%
mean? What does rectilinear mean?
Hi, could I
Here, I'll
get,
tell you. You guys are going to get a little lens lesson today. Rectilinear versus...
oh yeah, super chats. You need people to subscribe on Flow
So
Play.
usually when you get really, really wide,
Just kidding.
you start to fish up. Where... Here you go. Why does Google Images show up so small now?
Watching that 8.7
There we go. Okay.
Oh, I know, right?
Often when you go super wide, like GoPros, for example, when you go super wide on GoPros, on the edges, you can see the edges curving like this because as the wider you get, the more rounded the world of view is, right? The more rounded a field of view actually is. And so what rectilinear will do is it'll actually stretch out the edges
Wow, these are horrible.
to compensate for that. Which is why, while the lines are straight, you start to get dwarfing, right? This door looks a lot wider than this door, but these two doors are probably the same. Look on this one. Look how thin these doors actually are, but you get close to the edge and it stretches it out. It's like when you look at a global map, right? It's like looking at a global map and Greenland looks massive, or the top of Canada just looks huge because you get that high on the map, you have to stretch it out.
I need it.
Right? It's not actually that big.
I need
Greenland's
to
not actually that huge.
crack my
It's not
fingers.
small.
My hand is like, I don't know,
But
weird.
that's just what happens when you try to take a round image and flatten it out and make a line straight.
Yeah, I'm trying to aim
It's
with one
stretching
hand.
like that. So that's rectilinear.
Normally you aim with one hand, but I don't know why. I can't aim unless I have my hand on the keyboard.
The lines are still,
Normally.
still rectangular, right? So this lens right here is rectilinear. I'll even show you. Check this out. So this is the full lens. You can see as I bring my hand, look how big my hand looks right now. Can we talk about that? That's actually the real size of my hand, if you know what I mean.
Okay.
By the way, Bella Game, thank you for 3 months. Appreciate the awesome content and love streaming. I appreciate it. Thank you for the 3 months. Welcome back. Thank you guys all for the subs and the bits and everything today. It's been an insane stream so far. What's the new widget? It's this thing right here. I'm still working on getting, like, banging the kinks out of it. But it's looking pretty solid. I gotta change my border. We had a border going around. Let's find the border again. Come on. I don't know if I want to keep it like that. I think I might instead do like just have like a line on the top and a line on the bottom, or something much cleaner than like a border going all the way around. We'll see. I'll kind of experiment with some stuff. What do you guys like for right now? Do you guys like it better with the border or without the border? I think I'll put the border on for now. It kind of makes the edge of the cameras a little more obvious. Maybe the edge of the camera forward. It does make the camera stand out a little bit more. So yeah, I think I'll probably cut it down to just a line on the top and the bottom. I think that might look really cool.
Got it.
It's niche. They do it 4 months. Finally getting consistent on YouTube and seeing some growth there, as well as Twitch and help so much. I don't know why I had such a hard time reading it. But thank you. Enjoy this up badges. I appreciate you. Thank you for the 4 months. And congrats with everything. Good luck with everything. Yeah, so we're shooting a video later today. With Ryan. So if you guys watched the stream on Saturday, where we streamed from his studio, which was super dope, by the way. That was such a fun stream. We were recording some electric guitar stuff, which I got plugged back in over here so I can play on stream anytime. There's an Xbox for 6 something. But so Ryan is the newest employee at Senpai Records. He's the first official employee at Senpai Records. He just quit his job like 2.5 weeks ago to work for me full time. And he's working on some upcoming really awesome stuff for streaming. I'm so pumped about it. You guys don't know. Super talented dude. He and I actually studied in college together. We were both in the same program, the sound recording technology program. However, I dropped out and he graduated. So he is more knowledgeable than I am in terms of audio, and I mean, I feel like I've gotten a pretty good. Spent a lot of time in school. I've also experimented, made a ton of YouTube videos. But when it comes to professional knowledge, he is ahead of me, and he's an incredibly smart person. So I think we want to do an audio video. I'll do a video on some audio stuff with him. Maybe post it on like Sunday. Shoot it today and have him be kind of like we have Sam occasionally do stuff on designs and graphic stuff for your streams. We'll have Ryan come in and do a video on audio work. That might be fun. What kind of life would you suggest for filming a podcast? Probably, honestly, you don't want like really, I mean, I don't know if podcast has specific lighting. I would imagine you'd probably want a large, like as wide of a surface area of light as possible so you don't get like lots of shadows on people's faces and everybody's lit evenly. Would be my guess if that's what you're asking, but I don't know exactly what kind of lighting you're talking about. There's a reason I use a ring light in all my videos, even though I don't put it around the camera. Just because it's a wider field, it's a wider surface of light, it's a wider light source with a wider diameter than a normal light panel, and so you get a little bit more evenly lit. More evenly lit you get. Katsu's hand, 5 tier 2 subs. What's the deal with you guys gifting subs today? I don't know how to handle this. 5 tier 2 subs. Guys, everyone just got a 3 tier 2 subs. Make sure you can at least thank you. What's going on, man? How are you doing, Cat Season? Oh, you said how did you go? That's all he said. Like 2 minutes ago. Thank you, man. I appreciate you. Thanks so much. It's September. It is September, but I don't. Does September work for gifted subs? I think September only works for if you are a first-time sub. It does. September does work for gifted subs. I like how at the very end. Wait, Pasty Tan said yes. Other people are saying no. It works for resubs, not for gifted subs. Only works for new subs. Nobody knows. This was such a confusing September. Nobody knows. I mean, at the end of the day, it is what it is. I'm not going to be upset with Twitch. Like, they don't have to do this. They don't have to mark off subs. So I'm not going to complain to them, but it was a weird September. It was not the Septembers we've had before. I have $300 to invest in streaming. I am new. What should I do with the $300? Totally depends on what you have and what you don't have. What you need. I have no idea what your current equipment is right now, so I can't answer that question. Probably you already have a gaming system. Well, do you have a streaming system? Can you stream on the same PC? What's it look like? I don't know. Maybe it's probably a microphone and webcam. Probably the biggest thing that you need. I don't know what you need. I don't know if you have. I don't know if you don't have. Are Nikons viable for streaming? This is a live device. I already have an old DSLR. Old Nikon is most likely not for it. Nikons are generally the least successful in terms of compatibility with streaming. They generally either don't have unlimited runtime, or they don't have clean HDMI out, or a lot of them don't have either. Some of their higher end current models do, but very, very few of them. Nikons are kind of known in the streaming community as like, there's nothing for it. If you want to stream, don't go with the Nikon. If you already have one, give it a shot. Sweet. Lustrous, maybe the tune of it says, the usual advice given is focus on branding and content that's a little ambiguous and go into more detail on the topic. I mean, I have lots of videos where I've gone into detail on it. Well, let's talk about the content. When I talk about focus on content instead of streaming, it means focus on making either YouTube videos or TikTok videos or Instagram videos, and it's going to be a learning experience. Spend the time figuring out what content works for you, what content works for growth, what gets people interested, what's unique to you that maybe no one has done exactly the same as you have. It's going to take you a long time to figure out the answers to those questions, but that should be your top priority, is figuring out what kind of content you can maintain that will bring you growth. That's what I mean by that. So when I say branding, this isn't like the official definition, but to me, branding is what your potential audience thinks of you. If someone were to try to summarize who you are, if a Twitch viewer, in my case, or a YouTube viewer, were to try to summarize me in 1 or 2 sentences, what would they say? And that's my brand. What are some of my key attributes that people think of when they think of me? I hope professional comes to mind. I hope I've tried very hard to be to maintain my integrity and make sure I'm being open and honest in all my videos, and so I hope that comes to mind. I hope, chill, low key, whatever comes to mind. Like, there are all these things. When I say branding, every piece of content I make, I think about the kind of person I want to present myself as. How, when people watch me for more than 1 minute, what impression do they get of me? And am I maintaining an impression that I want to? And that's my branding. I like how everyone's saying hair. God, look at this thing. I have no control over this. And I'm almost self-conscious about the hair. Is there 50% off on TV? I think they will have 50% sale going on right now. Wolfie AK, I cannot get Elgato Flashback to work with my audio. I have a 2 PC setup using Elgato HC60 Pro. Capturing my gaming PC. I have the Go XLR. I have the game audio going into the game channel on the Go XLR. Elgato's Flashback doesn't pick up the game audio, not that the game audio going through HDMI. But I lose control of it with the Go XLR. Any ideas on how to get Elgato Flashback to pick up my audio while still going to the game channel on the Go XLR? That's a really good question. And that kind of makes sense. The I haven't tested this myself, but the HC60 Pro has its own built-in encoder, which is one of the advantages of using it for flashback recording. If it's not encoding that new footage with your PC, CPU, or GPU. It's encoding directly on the card itself. However, that makes it all self-contained, and I guess that makes sense that it would most likely. I don't have this. I would reach out to like Steggy on Twitter because I haven't actually tested this myself. I'll have to go through and take a look because I didn't know that was a problem, but it kind of makes sense. If it's encoding the image coming directly into it, can it not grab outside audio sources? And that might be the case. Is blank, guys, just know these people, if you put in
Hey Siri.
I can't read them. So it says,
Call my drug dealer on speaker.
Sponsor of your channel where they simply sponsor a lot of good videos. I assume you're saying owned.tv. And they sponsor a lot of videos. I don't have, I mean, there's a blurry line there. It's not like a, here's a sponsor of the channel, here's a sponsor of videos.
What you doing?
I'm selling products.
Do you want a box fight?
Not really.
Would you be willing to?
Cairo said that he wants to box fight.
I'm not box fighting Cairo.
Why not?
Cause I don't hang out with Cairo anymore.
Chaos wants to wager you $10 to box fights. Chaos is better than Cairo, by the way.
Yeah, no thank you.
Why?
Cause I don't, first of all, I don't have $10 to lose. And second of all, I don't want to lose $10.
Chaos said,
No, I just don't want to lose $10.
that's all I heard Chaos out of that.
Hey, does anyone in Fear have earnings yet? Anyone out of those guys have earnings yet?
I don't either. I can't even hear what you said.
Do any of them have earnings yet?
In what?
Fortnite. Earnings.
I don't know.
Have they made money off tournament?
I don't know.
You hang out with them every day.
So that doesn't mean I asked.
I feel like they would brag about it, just at least a little bit.
I don't know, and I honestly don't give a shit. But have you made earnings in your life?
No. If I have earnings, I wouldn't be flexing on you.
Did I say? Did I mention my name at all?
Or any of you. I wouldn't be flexing on you guys. I would be making YouTube videos as fast as I could.
I don't know.
Oh no, I raised my sense a little bit.
Okay. Yes, we'll make earnings chaos. Cairo said that yes, we're earnings chaos.
That's why I couldn't hang out with them. There's no point in saying that dumb crap.
Don't talk to me.
I'm not talking to you, I'm just saying that there's no point in being toxic. And this is why I quit hanging out with you guys.
What?
And that's why I quit hanging out with them.
Okay.
Because they got mad about my mentality, but my mentality's bad because they're sitting there being dicks.
God damn. I heard 30. That's tough. I'm on it right now. Like, come on. Yeah, when nobody is home, my internet downloads shit real quick. I stuck that thing. It's the dog shit, but when I'm downloading stuff, it's nice.
So, are you gonna play a tournament today?
No,
Why?
because I don't want to. Have you improved at all?
Yeah?
Yeah. Paris said he just wants to look more in one box, like more sell more stuff.
Yeah, no.
For anything, he just wants to 1v1 box like Rosette.
No, because anytime I go near Cairo, I get scared.
He said every time he goes against Cairo, he gets scared.
And I look like a horrible player.
But I mean, I can box fight him and you can watch Cairo.
Like, that I'm fine with.
No,
I don't mind pickaxing you in front of Cairo.
and he won't. He's too scared. Like,
I'm not scared, it's just I'm gonna look horrible. I don't want to look bad. I look bad against him because
Paris told you it was
I don't care. So I can tell chaos is meant for you guys because you're all toxic.
what, Dylan? I didn't hear what you said.
No, because I know what you're gonna say.
Why? How can I say anything? How can I want to say anything when I didn't hear what you said? Use your head, please.
I said you guys are all meant for each other. You're all toxic.
I'm not toxic.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, and that's quite often. Yeah, that's the point. Is that it's just being a douchebag, purposely making Pearson feel off. There's no point in it. Oh yeah, you weren't willing to box fight like 10 seconds ago. Yeah, no, because I know how Cairo plays on controller. He spams more than Swaggy. And I don't want to get triggered for a tournament. I don't want to get triggered in the... I don't want to get triggered before a tournament. I'll let you watch me pickaxe Fatso a couple times if you want to. I don't brag about it. I'm just saying that if you want to watch it. That wasn't bragging. I'm just saying if that's what you want to watch for a couple minutes, go for it.
Okay, Dylan, I have a quick question. How short is the bus ride? Honestly.
What?
How retarded are you? How do you not know that
do not.
That is bragging.
How is that bragging?
Bragging.
That's bragging. I hate you.
Wow, okay. Well, you can say that. You can say that. Hold on, Chaos. Alright, you ready? You ready, Chaos? Are you ready? You're gonna say it again. Okay, are you ready? Go.
Nah, I can do a double cut. Oh crap, 4-1. This is creative. Hey guys, I think, okay, I got a couple minutes, that's it, a couple minutes. I'm going to unmute Harris. Settings, save setting. I'm going to do unmute Harris.
I work with Stream Elements, and they're out in the Middle East as well. At least that's where like their head.
I'm gonna ready up in a couple minutes.
So yeah, you can absolutely work. That's the best
FCS
part of the
FNCS
game that you
warm
work
up. Is this trio? That's a trios FNCS warm up. Trios this season is FNCS.
Quad
Trios
skills,
warm up. It's warm up.
who plays games with.
They're trying to get this season done in a week. FNCS already started the crap.
I've seen a couple streamers do that. I may have seen you. That always blows my mind. I have no idea how people think.
Okay.
People make some nasty plays with those mouth controllers. Saber Media
10
is
points for a
Taiwan.
win. HL is about a point.
They have
So-
places all over the world. The people I talk to are in the Middle East.
Depending on what it is, really, it's just the rape people.
Leads. Here with the 400 bits.
First
Hope
game.
you're doing
WP
good.
first game.
I appreciate you. Also, any ideas how to add a logo and
I'm back in a
to
minute.
your the Liquid NZXT cooler? Yeah, it's just right in the NZXT cam software. You just change when you change the setting. Here, I'll show you. I mean, I don't have a cooler. I can't actually show you because it's on my streaming PC. Just kidding. But you go to the lighting setting in NZXT cam, and then you change your screen, or you can change like how that works. Owned is Austria? Whatever. Whatever. Taylor made. Thank you for the 500 bits. Harris, love the content. Very interesting to watch different aspects of tech and hardware industry other than GPUs and CPUs. Question regarding a stream deck. Do you consider it an essential tool now? How many keys do you think are really necessary? Smart to get 32 to future proof? No. No, I think a lot of streaming devices aren't necessary. You can stream and succeed with a crappy webcam, a crappy light. That's right. Crappy light and a USB microphone. That's all you need. If you're entertaining, whatever.
Guys, I'm back. I had to go get a drink.
A decent stream design, a part of your brand, it's a very valuable tool. Again, you can do it without it. You can use keyboard hotkeys. You can work just fine. But it is a valuable tool. But I would never call anything like that necessary. It's more just a powerful tool.
3 minutes. It's all live.
Slavic Austria. I knew they were like Eastern Europe. Give me a break. I don't know what country every company I work with is from. Dude, patch these in. What's going on, man? Dude, thank you for the five more tier 2 gifted subs. You dropped 5 tier 2 subs earlier too, right? That was you? It's just insane, man. Thank you guys.
Don't tell me this. Booga had 141,000 people watching at one point, apparently.
Thanks for the content, man, guys. Thank you. If any of you got a gifted sub,
Is this seriously this is Sniper Shootout?
And he's mad, bro. Thank you for the 1,000 bits.
This tournament Sniper Shootout.
What were we talking about? I got distracted by someone telling me Owned was in Austria and laughing that I called it Slavic. I didn't know it was Austria. I thought they were in like Lithuania or something. Is that Slavic? Isn't that Slavic? What do you call that up there? I forget. Do you know how long it's been since I've taken geography? We discussed this. We did this like last stream when I took a geography quiz, and I was disappointed in myself. I don't think I did horrible, but I thought I would do better. Yes, those are called. Okay. Scandinavian. No, Scandinavian. Scandinavia are those 3 up there, right? Like Sweden, Norway, and Finland. Those are the Scandinavian countries, right? Lithuania is Baltic. Lithuania is Slavic. Nobody knows. See, nobody knows. Stop judging me. You guys don't know either. Sweden, Norway, Denmark, Finland, and Iceland? Hold up. Iceland? Where's a map? Where's a map? Okay. Am I thinking... Hold up. I thought Iceland was like by Greenland. How close? Now I'm totally lost. You get too close to the North Pole and stuff is. I thought we're like millions of miles away. Maybe not millions. You guys get it. Thousands of miles away. Are they close? What? That's Greenland right there. And this what? You look at a world map? Hold up, hold up. This is blowing my mind. Oh, it even actually looks pretty close right there. You know, the Atlantic Ocean is not as large as you think it is.
The only people playing this aren't.
Huh.
I don't think most people are taking this very seriously.
Why is it so small? Huh, I didn't realize how narrow that was. I thought we were talking like Iceland all the way over. Like I thought this whole thing was shifted, and Iceland was like over here. I was like, how is Iceland going to be Slavic? Slavic? I mean, not Slavic. Scandinavian. Look at the map scale. I know. Guys, I know. We talked about rectilinear earlier. I know how this works.
That might not even been a guy that killed one shot. Are you
kidding
me? Are you kidding me? The tournament's one shot.
Arizona about to become a flat earther. Can we be honest? I feel like anti-maskers are also flat earthers. Like it's the same energy. If someone were an anti-masker, I feel like they would also be a flat earther. You know? Greenland is not Scandinavian, but Iceland is. And also anti-vaxxers, yeah, anti-vaxxers, anti-maskers, and flat earthers all have kind of the same energy.
Anti-vaccination for certain things.
The hottest of takes.
This is one shot. It's my favorite game mode. Might need to switch to controller for this. I can never play one shot on keyboard and mouse.
Actually, let me finish answering Taylor Made's question. If Taylor Made's still in here about the Stream Deck.
There's green bolts. There's green bolts.
Entirely what your budget is. It is not a necessary thing at all. However, it is one of my favorite things. It is a luxury device that helps you make more advanced, makes your stream a little bit more. A little bit cleaner, a little bit more professional. You can add advanced functionalities, like multi-events that are all timed together. So you can do a lot of really cool stuff with it that are difficult to do without it, but I would not call it a necessity for a stream. It's more and more useful. But in terms of how many buttons you need, I would say the mini one is a lot more like. I don't know why anyone buys the mini unless it's for...
No! No! How is that fair? Don't play this tournament this way. Just don't. Trust me.
What's the new widget?
Get placement.
We're working on it earlier, but it's this guy right here.
I'm sorry, but endgames are so much better at this. You always thought one game might as well stay first. That is not setting up for a bad tournament. We're gonna win. Cash money this game.
I gotta do some things.
Of course, yo, I'm opening a chest and tell you that. But you can't kill the guy while he's...
Okay, Zanubrius. Having a hard time figuring out how to edit animated intermission scenes from owned.tv. Any idea where to get some help? Any themes? I'm doing a bit about complete setup and then watch your passwords since you edit any scenes from them. I mean, generally, I actually haven't picked one up from them, but generally, I've never seen anyone have any issues with it. It's probably just a video source. You probably just need to add a media source. Are you trying to add an image, or are you trying to add a media source?
This is one shot, do it, boys. Like, it's 10 games in one shot. It's enough for a montage, boys. 20-something kills.
It should work. However,
it's just very aggressive no-scoping.
They might know a couple issues that people are having.
Like, so I would call this very aggressive no-scoping. I don't think anyone's gonna be smart enough to land the low key. Because that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try to get the best snipers I can.
He wants to edit the text. So
I mean, it's like
so
4
you're
hunting
saying
rifles,
like
one
a
bolt.
video source, like you're downloading the video file and it has text on it, and you want to edit that text. Generally, and again, I've never downloaded it. I don't know what's baked in and what's not. But if something is baked into the video file, you're gonna have a hard time editing it. I'll have to take a look sometime and see exactly what a package looks like when you download it. I've never had anyone ask that question. I don't know exactly what file types they give you and how much control over they give you.
50 HP.
After Effects, yeah, I mean, if you have After Effects, you can change anything like that. It's a lot of work. Like,
If you can get shield,
like,
that might
patch
be worth
these
it. Then you're like double tap.
That's 15 T2 subs total.
Some faggots probably in with me.
How are you doing?
You got me, gay fag. Oh, you sniper off the bat, dude. You snipe some out there.
It's not even like jumping.
I think movement in this game mode is probably godlike.
Gifted sub. Thank you, man.
I already know there's launch pads, grapplers,
I really, really.
and pulse nades.
Same.
Of multiple types.
How are you
Like,
doing, by the way?
most goated game mode ever.
They give a
Question.
zip file. After that, it's straightforward. So inside the zip
Oh,
file,
shit, I thought it was a
assume it's
grappler.
just like
Dang it.
Either a
This might be a little goated. You know, having a grappler.
Probably using WebM files.
I haven't had
There's
one
no
of
way
these
you can
before in
adjust
so
text
long.
inside MP4 or WebM file. It's not gonna happen. Unless you use a.
The nice part about looting this place,
After Effects
I don't have to go for as much mats, but I
remake
can actually get guns now.
And nor did I use source files. I also get. Oh, you get to that. Good point.
Sorry, but these are like goated.
Does the same artist do all the Street Beat songs? No. No, I've had two different artists do lo-fi. The original 6 albums that I released at the very beginning were from one artist. The last 4 albums on lo-fi have been from a different artist who's amazing. You can see I don't use Street Beats lo-fi, by the way. I use my own playlist called Just Robbie. Robbie's the guy who made Emu, Neko, Gold, and White. And so I just have a playlist of just those 4 albums because they're so much better. If you like the original one, that's fine. But I like Robbie's stuff so much better. So I just, now that it's 122 tracks, I just throw on that. Yeah, those 4 albums are so good. In terms of EDM, I think that was just 2 producers. Yeah, just 2 producers for EDM. And then with Synthwave, we had also 2 producers. So each playlist has been 2 producers, and then I've had a couple new, they've already hired a couple brand new producers, so we can get a little bit more variety in there. So we got 2 or 3, I think 3 new producers working on stuff right now for EDM and Synthwave. And we got Robbie, the lo-fi guy. Robbie's actually working on something else really cool. I think you guys are really excited. We got Robbie actually working on two different things. Robbie's an absolute legend. Best PC setup for streaming and gaming under $4,500? What do you want, man? You can do anything.
And a turn. What? That was 3 kills.
3090.
We're not top 30.
Probably a Ryzen 9.
That was 3 points for 1 kill.
Yeah, probably
Did they lie to us? I thought for a second, I'm like, I was gonna say they lied to us for a second.
yeah, the 59.
Thank you.
Yeah, so it's, for sure.
3 kills, people. It's 3 points a kill. Then, so kills might be a little bit more worth it. You know what I mean?
Might as well.
I've gotten 3 of them. Slash now one's at 8.
Do you use a virtual KVM, actual KVM, and 2 keyboard mice for 2 PC setup? So I use 2 mice. See right here, they're both G50211 wireless. This one is from Colorware, so I'm gave it a little white and then a little purple left click. but I do have a physical KVM right here for my keyboard, because I don't want to have two keyboards on my desk. So I have one keyboard that goes in the KVM and then two different mics. Because when I'm gaming, it's nice to be able to just like reach over and make an adjustment on the screen without having to like lose my keyboard connection for a little bit. KVM is what allows you to switch. So it's got 4 USB plugs on the front, and then it's got 2 USB plugs on the back that go both connect to different PCs. So whatever I plug into the front of this thing, I click a little button on the top, and it switches it between which PC is connected to. So right now, my keyboard is on my streaming PC, so you can see if I go in here, I type something, YOLO, 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 right? And then I click the button over here, and nothing, because it's going into my streaming PC. I'm never going to type YOLO, 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 YOLO. It's not going to happen. I can delete it. If I could buy a PC for around $800, the Ryzen 7 3600X, a 3600X is a Ryzen 5, and a 2080 Ti, should I cop? Yeah. Yeah, that's going to be a good PC. No YOLOs. No YOLOs. We don't YOLO in here. You only live once, so don't do anything stupid. Dude, Nate the Great, thank you for a tier 3 sub. Welcome back. I'm about ready to jump into some games. Let me hit up Lemonade, see if he's ready. Ryzen 7 3700X and a 2080 Ti for $800? Yes. Yes. Absolutely. I think that's such a great option. Crucial Work says, what's the minimum upload speed ending for streaming? I would aim for at least 10. You generally want at least like a consistent double what you're uploading. So if you drop below 10, you're gonna have a rough time. I don't mean like your internet company says 10, because you know if Comcast says 10, you're getting 2 at best. I mean like you speed test it and it rarely drops or never drops below 10. That's what you mean. New York style pizza, Chicago style pizza? You know, I'm fine with either. And let's give me a variety. Let's have New York one day, Chicago another day. Why do I gotta choose? The True Smoke. Wait, I missed one. Sorry. Chadwick Live, thank you for the 500 bits. Is currently using Voicemeeter and NDI to manage audio and capture between PCs. Been in the market for a Go XLR, but Elgato's new mic with the interface caught my attention. My mic is an RE20, so I wouldn't use the USB mic, but I could use the interface instead of getting a Go XLR. At that point, I don't think your return on investment is pretty low. If you're already using Voicemeeter, I don't think you're going to see a huge improvement in your quality of life in the software, especially since it is a little bit rough to use that mic to connect it with 2 different PCs. That's the main advantage of something like a Go XLR, is the line ins, the line outs, all the I/O that's built into it, the USB hub, the microphone input, the headphone jack, like the physical I/O that allows you to connect physical devices like multiple PCs, the microphone, and the headset all into one thing. That's the real advantage of a Go XLR.
Okay, whatever.
You can't get that with a software. So I
need to hit 30 points this game.
Quite the experience that you think you're gonna have. And I wouldn't buy a whole USB microphone just to do that. I would save up and pick up a Go XLR. It's going to be a 10 times easier if you already have a dynamic mic.
I was dumb.
The Elgato, I mean, it is an amazing, I love the Elgato Wave. It's a great microphone. By far my favorite USB microphone.
I don't know how I died. Yeah, that should not be a...
But if you already have an XLR mic,
I'm not mad.
and you just want to get the Wave link, the Elgato Wave just for the software, it's just, you're not going to be getting the most out of it. Why do dynamic mics need the most gain? Just because the way they work. Just the way it is. Yatez Man. Wait, no, the True Smaug says, how do you open up 2 instances of the 4K capture utility to record from both the cam link and the 4K capture cards separately?
Yeah, people on their second game 30 points. This turn is close out
as I know. What I do, however, is I don't use a cam link. I have my camera going into an HT60 Pro.
I'm sorry, but I'm gonna try to play this game out on controller. 4K Pro. I was always better at sniping on controller.
And I open the 4K Pro and the 4K utility. I open the HT60 Pro in the Game Capture HD software. So 2 different softwares, both running both different capture cards. That's the way I do it. Raiders Respawn, thank you for the 300 bits. I gotta catch up with these. Thank you for making stream beats. Love the worry-free music. People coming, please. Thank you, man. Dude, I'm really glad you guys are
playing this on controller just because
guys, yesterday there were over 2,000 people using stream beats. Wait. Okay, I was a little worried. I thought I missed an important call. I got an email saying like, business call. It's like, oh shoot. Hold on, let's check out. I want to check out stream beats right now. Right now, and it usually peaks at like 10 p.m. at night. That's when most people are using it. But right now at 3:30, 1,600 people are using stream beats. That's insane. Oh. And I think we just passed our highest number of listeners ever. Yeah. We've got our highest number of Stream Beats listeners yesterday, in a single day. 16,000 people used Stream Beats yesterday. So freaking dope. Thank you guys. I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. I want to keep...
No! This faggot seriously did that!
Ryan's not even making these Stream Beats tracks. He's making something new. Because I don't want this to just be another copyright-free service. I want this to be something big. And so we're working on something. We're working on something really big.
I got 25 minutes to waste.
I want to do it right. And I hope you guys really enjoy it.
It's dumb how stuff works.
Do you get paid per listener or per listener on the track? Generally, the average is about 1/3 of a penny per track of play. Actually, the number, someone says, glad to see the number increasing. The number has actually been going down for the last couple months. Just slow decline over the last couple months. Just because it's been a couple months since we released anything. I think with the new release, as well as I started advertising it harder and more often in my YouTube videos. Which I need to throw it in at some point in almost every single YouTube video. I need to start doing that. Really, really make sure that any video a streamer looks for is in there, because there are a lot of people who still don't know what stream beats are. Like 16,000 people used stream beats yesterday. That's like 1.5% of Twitch streamers. That's it. That's less than 2% of Twitch streamers. If we're talking about YouTube streamers and Facebook streamers, we're talking less than 1% of streamers entirely.
My point where I'm just gonna key out this tournament. I've already wasted too much. I'll be fine. So I should try playing controller. Not a small thing. I have thought about switching to controller.
They'll start seeing stream beats mentioned in
they're about the point where aim is better than mechanics.
How would you implement a fitness gaming channel? A fitness gaming channel? I don't know what fitness gaming is. Something about like the ring thing? I have no idea. I don't know what you're trying to do. Cruza. Wait, no. I missed one. Yatez Man dropped 200 bits, says, hey, it's not much of a PC whiz here, so it might be a dumb question. Can an i5 run any of the 3000 series, or would I need to upgrade some stuff? I'm sure it can run with it. It would probably bottleneck it pretty bad. You wouldn't get the full power out of like a 3080 if you're running an i5 on it. You're always bottlenecked by your slowest components. With some variance here and there to exactly what a bottleneck. But For the most part, your bottleneck's probably your weakest component.
No, I was just some dumb crap. I mean, dude, go out, drop 20 bomb, snipers only. Best thing ever. Actually, this is an absolute key tournament. Because you can get like 5 placement,
Optimized for streaming software.
and it's only going to get 50
I used to
points.
stream on my MacBook Pro, and dude, the fans blow so hard, it drops frames. It's just not great. Whereas you run something like Final Cut Pro, and it just screams. It's so fast. So it's just, OBS is just very, very well optimized for Windows. It's designed for Windows, and then they like port it over to the Mac. But it's missing a bunch of features. It's not as powerful. It's not as reliable. That's all. Alright, Cruza dropped 400 bits. He got my first push payout yesterday after getting affiliate with the raid last month. Thanks for all your help. Congrats on getting affiliate. Congrats on the payout. We love to see it. Thanks for all your help in letting me share this cool project and making stuff with every brother. Every month, we do it. We want to be part of this community and it's positive. Sorry to get your better. But keep his legacy alive, brother. Keep working hard. Congrats on the payout. We'd love to see it. Dan Vibes says I feel really bad that I don't really have an answer for that fitness question. It's just, let me see if it's possible. Hold on. From terrible habits. Is there another message for terrible habits? Man.
What? Are you kidding me? Why do I swear, everyone is aimbot with a sniper but me. I know it sounds dumb, but like, I think about it. Like,
maybe they're still in chat. Okay.
turn this off. I need to quit getting so mad.
Hello?
It'd probably be smart to try to play out an endgame, but it's not worth it unless I go get a 50-point game. I'm on game 5.
Yeah, I know you can search for username. I never really figured out how to use Twitch's chat properly. Isn't it like /user or something? Hold on. We're gonna figure this out. We're gonna learn this today. I'm a professional streamer, but I have no idea how half of these work.
It doesn't matter if you're good. Because it's a sniper. It's either you got the luck of no scoping, or you don't. I'm one of the people that don't have the luck of no scoping. There's not really a skill in trick shotting.
We're going real Sherlock Holmes here.
Probably smart to reuse my sons. Not that
College,
low.
this will probably get lost in chat, but fitness gaming, I mean, okay, we found it. But fitness gaming, I mean, making workout challenges that pertain to in-game events. I don't know if you're still in chat. You haven't spoken since I last mentioned anything. Oh, maybe you did. That was 3 minutes ago. Oh, there we go. I still don't understand what that means.
Oh yeah, this is the key. If I can drop 20 bomb,
If
I can drop 20 bomb, I will play out the rest of the tournament. Just because, well, I dropped the 20 bomb in the tournament. Like, you play out the tournament if you drop the 20 bomb, okay? Like, that's a rule.
And most likely people who don't, it's a very non-searchable market too. Very few people are Googling how to work out while playing video. So you're going to have to figure out how to market it properly. Make sure you're titling it something that someone who doesn't realize they want to see it is going to see it. So, I mean, it's going to take some creativity, but just be aware of that your market's going to be very small unless you find a way.
What the hell?
And thumbnails in a way that's.
I swear. You have aimbot for this tournament or you don't.
For example, you know how to get ripped. While
That kid had aimbot. I mean, the other kid. That's just like, yeah, nope. Turns off second. Gets me. I said that's all I did was try to get loot.
You were to say the Fall Guys push-up challenge.
Faggots. I'm getting mad. That's a problem. This game's a little There's no place. No way I'm placing
You can
this.
see where, like,
I gotta get better
you see
for
where I'm
placing
going
a
with that,
tournament. Like Cairo hasn't placed in a tournament. He's better.
By the
than me.
way, Digital Deviant
Like,
still going off. I'm gonna.
I choked too much.
I was about to say I'm gonna ban you, but I'm gonna move on. I'm not gonna ban you. Thank you for another 10 gifted subs and another. I'm just waiting for the turnaround. By the way, this guy has dropped 14,000 bits and like I think 50 subs now. A bunch of them being tier 2 and tier 3. I'm just waiting for him to like self-advertise because I will feel too guilty to ban him if he does. I'm just waiting for the dropping 5,000 bits and saying, "Hey everybody, come check out my stream." No, that won't happen. Honestly, at this point, I'd just give you a warning. I don't think I could ban you after all that you've done this stream. I would feel terrible about it. So I've just been like, you said, so you dropped bits and you said L3 Discord. This is what sparked that. You dropped bits and you said L3 Discord, and I was like, oh no, here it is. His Discord is called L3. He's advertising his Discord, and you're like, no, I got your Discord to level 3. So no, I hope you know I'm joking when I say that. Like, I don't actually think you're gonna do this. You're fine. Thank you for all the support. Thank you for everything. I'm just waiting for like, there's the catch. You know, I'm a skeptic on that. You're a good dude. Thank you for all the support, brother. I'm glad you like the YouTube channel. Danny Dorito, thank you for the 500 bits. What brand and price point would you recommend when upgrading from the Logitech webcam to a more professional camera? Sony, in general, seems to be the most well-rounded in terms of it just works for streamers. If you're looking to just stream with it, I'd probably recommend getting a low-end crop sensor Sony, something like the A5100. They're rough to shoot video with, but they overheat. It doesn't have a microphone jack. Yada yada yada, all that kind of stuff. If you're looking to shoot a YouTube video, the A6100 is a little bit of a better option. The screen can still flip all the way up. You can also put a microphone into it. It's not going to overheat as much. Also, the Canon M50 is a good choice if you want to focus a little bit more on YouTube with the side flip-out screen and the mount for the microphone on the top for if you're trying to vlog, especially with Canon's. It's a newer camera with Canon's dual pixel autofocus, so it's going to be a little bit better for autofocus. Everyone kind of has their advantages. If you're just streaming, I recommend Sony. If you're trying to vlog, that's where you start kind of looking at like the Canon M50. I think that's probably one of my favorites. What about Blackmagic? You guys know me. I use the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 6K. That's the camera that all the YouTube videos are shot on. There's a reason it looks so amazing. However, it is very difficult to use. It doesn't have autofocus. It doesn't have, I should say, it doesn't have useful autofocus. It has an autofocus button. That thing doesn't work half the time, and it's not continuous autofocus. So I wouldn't try vlogging with it. It's a massive camera. It's
nope.
It's good for
There's no point.
things.
There is no point in that.
I should say it's great for certain things.
I can't no scope. Not possible. I can't snipe fight. Like, I'd have a better chance in a snake and shotguns only fight.
I think
I shot the shotguns. Or an AR only fight.
Ammunition uses a Blackmagic 6K camera, doesn't she?
That's fine. I'm just playing this like it's one shot.
Which I'd actually really love to do. Maybe in the new place, I'll hook up a pocket cinema camera.
I think tonight I'm gonna try to edit.
And
Because I'm probably
get,
gonna
like,
end the tournament, the stream after the tournament. So in like 10
Give that a
minutes.
shot.
I'm not joking. And then go edit like 5 montages.
Junkyard, thank you for the 200 bits. Just to watch all your microphone videos, what's the one you recommend today?
I want to try uploading
for
daily.
USB microphones?
So that means I gotta upload,
For sure.
like, I gotta start
They
editing.
all sound great. Blue microphones are
Like over the
awesome.
weekend, trying to get like 4 or 5 done.
You guys know I use a blue microphone myself. They look beautiful. I think they're probably the best looking mics on the market, and they sound just as good as the Elgato Wave. But the Elgato Wave offers something that no other USB mic does, and that's the Wavelink software. It offers control on a level that no other USB microphone offers. Danu D uses the Blackmagic 4K. Does she have the Panasonic? Did she switch to a 4K? Interesting.
If I can get 10 points, this game
I
might be
know
heavy.
she has. I think it's a Blackmagic like person.
This one's peer luck. Like this one is a peer luck tournament,
like
and I guess not peer luck, but like
she's super talented.
I don't sit there trick shotting daily.
But I didn't know she used one for streaming.
I'm not the best with snipers, and so a tournament like this kind of conspires me.
With the new upgraded studio,
No,
I'd like to switch over
the rest of
to
all
setup
4 of my other
with
games,
cinematic setup. That'd be
40
sick.
bombs, 40 bombs, four games in a row.
What's the new widget? It's this guy right here. Got a lot to work on around it, but it's this guy. It's the new HUD going on right here. We'll leave it here for a sec. I think I'm gonna need to.
Why? Like I can't get a kill for the life of me. I'm done. Tournament
See, that
sucks.
happens.
Like
And so you can see that
I'm
black
triggered for
bar
the day,
is-
guys. I know I shouldn't be getting off this early. I've only been on
It's
for like
so
an hour
overkill,
and a half.
I know, but it's fun.
I pretty much played all 10 matches in a half an hour.
This is stuff that keeps me going.
Yeah, I've got 3 matches left. That's how
I'm gonna
bad
check
this
out the
tournament
stream.
is.
I wanna see
Is that you can waste all 10 matches. It doesn't even matter how much good skill you have. You can be the best player ever. It's luck. It comes down to how lucky you are, or the people that sit there for hours a day practicing sniping. This is your tournament. Go for it. I'm done. Screw this bullcrap.